What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Thank you so much for tuning in to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin podcast. That's right, brought to you by Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged is the new smooth. Um, yeah. Hope you all are doing great on this awesome, what is it, Wednesday? Yeah, on this on this awesome Wednesday. Again, this podcast is the show where we discuss trending stories, topics from the fields of politics, sports, and pop culture. This is the show where we get to kick back and read up on some trending stories. I give off my opinion, thoughts on it. It's just a simple conversation, y'all. It's just a conversation here with your friend, your homie. I am Arrington Gavin, your host. With not the most, because I don't have the most. I'm broke. It's inflation season. Um, but yeah, just here to bring to you some more great convos, man. A lot of stuff has happened. As you know, still recovering from this past Sunday. I was exhausted. On Sunday evening from the Super Bowl. As you know, in the last episode we did was literally like minutes after the game was over, man, and I was beat. So I'm still kind of recovering from that. And of course, today is Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day, my lovely wife Shier. She's allowing me to have just a few short moments with you guys on this day, and then we're gonna enjoy ourselves for the night. Maybe your boy might get a little lucky. You don't know. You don't know. I hope. I splurge on my wife. I always splurge on my wife, man. I'm still a newbie when it comes to being a husband, and I'm continue to grow and with this new position, this new position I hold at being a husband. So I'm always trying to continue to make sure I'm doing a good job, so I won't get fired. Okay, I love this job. So again, shout out to my lovely queen Shier on this Valentine's Day. What else we got going on? Oh, as you see at the bottom of the screen, we got a new time we just we did. So normally we drop new episodes, of course, every Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via podcast, which we still will be doing. But instead of uploading our video versions at 1 p.m., we're doing it a little later at 5. We're testing out the waters, heading into that prime time, that prime time slot for social media. Obviously, it's on demand, so you can watch it whatever time you want to. You can watch it in the morning, you can watch it is whatever. But we're gonna be dropping them at 5 p.m. now instead of 1. So be sure to continue to support, man. Our numbers are growing slowly but surely, and we're very grateful. We have what else do we have going on? Subscribe, y'all, to our YouTube channel, R Smooth Club Media. Okay, the letter R and then Smooth Club Media on YouTube. Subscribe. We truly appreciate it. You can subscribe to the Arrington Gavin podcast on Rumble as well. If you're a Rumble subscriber, follow us again on all podcast platforms. We truly appreciate it for that, because we continue to grow the platform and all that good stuff. Okay, let's move on to some stories. So first thing I want to bring up is, I don't know if you guys tuned in this past Monday, but the legend, okay, the legend, Mr. Jon Stewart. Yes, Jon Stewart returned to the Daily Show, the show that he hosted for years, from 99 to 2015. What he's doing now is he's going to be hosting the show weekly, every Mondays. And he hasn't been on the show. I think he left in 2015, and he has since then been doing more and more products. He's hosted a show on Apple, I think Apple TV Plus, being very vocal and very involved on community work and activism work as well. But we all know the Daily Show is a platform, and I'm a true fan of the Daily Show because it's not an agenda based show. It's a satire, a satire based news. It keeps it funny. It's like Real Time with Bill Maher. That's one of my favorite shows as well too. Real Time with Bill Maher, as well as his podcast. Daily Show, Trevor Noah, a beast, Jon Stewart, one of those guys, Stephen Colbert. Those casts keep it funny, but still keep it informative at the same time. So, I hope to somewhat be like them. No, okay. Well, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying, but they provide so much great content and great stories because, again, it's not agenda based. It's not like, oh, I'm team left or on this time I'm team right. No, they keep it in the middle and they joke on both sides. So let me bring up this article because Jon Stewart, with his triumphant return to the Daily Show, he went after both sides. He went after both sides, and it's funny because, of course, what the topic of the story was. It was the age thing. So try to make sure I bring that. So it was the age thing, and what we have going on right now. Throughout, it's taking a minute for that graphic to pull up. There we go. So that is reported by the Rolling Stones, and it's titled "Liberals Are Not Laughing About Jon Stewart's Jabs at Joe Biden." Now, before you get your panties in a bun, liberals, look, he did it on both sides. He did it on, he went after Biden's age. He went after Trump's age. He's like, hold up. People that are a part of each party's team, everybody that's supportive of Trump, everybody that's supportive of Biden, they act like the age isn't an issue. Guys, it is an issue. Okay, stop acting like, okay, he's old. Why is it a big deal about his age? Blase, blase, blase. Look, our current president is 81 years old. If he wins, he'll be, I don't know, 85, 86. I don't know. The guy running against him is 77 years old. They're both old. They are both very old and very seasoned, and it's hilarious because there was a scene in on Jon Stewart's show, on the Daily Show, where he was just pointing out so many uh party affiliate politicians that are saying, oh, so Joe Biden is the sharpest as he is. He's very sharp. He's this, he's that. He's very this and that. He's perfect. And he's the sharpest guy I know. Same goes for people that were supporting Donald Trump. And so what does Jon Stewart what does he do at his Jon Stewart fashion? He pulls out the receipts and says, all right, this is a clip of such and such talking. It doesn't show like everything's all there. Same goes for Trump. So it was very funny because the show is taking jabs on both sides. Obviously, some liberals didn't think that was funny. I'm like, dude, have a sense of humor. I mean, even Biden even jokes about it now. But here's what gets my frustration. Here's what really like ticks me off with this whole defending say Biden's age, right? So a few people that I know that are in support of Biden, and don't get me wrong, I Lord knows I do not want to see Trump in office again. I do not at all. But Biden was the almighty replacement. Okay, because, and I say that because so many people so many supporters of Biden has said, well, he's beat Trump once. Why are people nervous or afraid that he's gonna lose? Or why is numbers so down for him? Why are the poll numbers dropping for him? Look, he was the almighty replacement. They were not hoping that Biden will be a two-term president. I'm pretty sure Biden even mentioned that while he was running. He was simply just to be the almighty replacement, get on out after the first term and bring somebody new, somebody hungrier, maybe a little younger and fresher into that seat. The tables have turned. It's not happening right now. So my frustration with this whole thing is that people need to wake the F up, okay? You really need to wake up because we're getting closer. I think in the next 9 months until the election is getting really, really intense. Now you still have Nikki Haley that's continued to run and she's not giving up. You have RFK that's still in there. You still have Cornel West, Jill Stein. You still have Dean Phillips out of Minnesota. So you still have the other opponents that are in it, but their numbers are trash. They're so low. It's like, it's 88% sure. I'm 88% sure that it will be a Biden Trump repeat. Now I'm hoping it can be wrong because, see, here's the thing. third party candidates can really pull if those votes can pull away from from Trump and from Biden. So we don't know. Right now RFK is continuing to climb as an independent candidate. I've been following his content a lot. He's been having sit down conversations with a lot of uh uh, uh black owned and black content creators. He's having those deep dive conversations in the black communities. So and he's doing that because guess what? The black vote is extremely important, y'all. The black vote is what got Biden in office. Okay. If James Clyburn, congressman out of South Carolina, who's actually he's another oldie, he's in his mid 80s. If it wasn't for his endorsement, man, it would have been over. And so many, and even Biden thanked on election night, thank you to the African American, to the black votes, because without you, I would not have been in office. That's a true fact. And now black people are not feeling the support, the promises that was met from Biden's administration, and they're like, look, we're tired of it. I mean, there's actually quite a bit of African American people that are supporting Trump. I'm not one of those individuals. I'm not a fan of both of them. I really haven't decided on who to support. But I can't put my finger or my heart on these two candidates. I just can't. And look, I'm not being ageist for all the old people that tune into the podcast. I'm just being real. The real factor, the real thing is that look, Biden was the almighty replacement. He was there. Our main goal was to take Trump out of office, to bring Trump out of office. Okay. Now, did Trump have all awful policies? No, he didn't. But I'm an individual that I'm always going to judge you by your character, by person on character. You can have all the best policies in the world. If you are a jerk, you're supposed to represent the full entire country. All right. So if I'm being an a-hole 24/7, if I'm being arrogant, if I'm being a narcissist, and I'm the one that's going to be representing all of the United States, and they're going to be like, wow, if this is the way they act, why would I even want to do business with these people? Why do I want to even visit the United States? So no, I'm not a fan of them at all. Biden has showed a different attitude, but all of his policies are not there for me. All of his views are not there for me. So you majority of Americans, and it's been repeated constantly by multiple outlets, a lot of people, 60% of people, maybe 64%, are independent voters. If we actually sit down and have a conversation, you're going to agree 80% more of things and disagree 20%. Why let that 20% really take over? And why can't you just start to agree with the comment, what you have in agreements with? So it's crazy. But I was very excited to see Jon Stewart back in action, again, bringing humor to it, taking jabs on both sides, and again, informative. Because see, Jon Stewart is a person too that has a very young following. Like, his base is very young, and same like what's his name, Bill Maher, right? Young people love these guys. I mean, hell, they got a better chance running for president than the ones we have right now. That's another thing that's hurting with Biden is young voters. Biden opted out to not do I believe like a commercial or an ad during the Super Bowl, or like the address. That could have been his moment to like really get some votes. To me, it was a poor choice in a campaign strategy, because this was the most watched Super Bowl of all time. The most watched Super Bowl of all time. I believe it was about 153. I could be that. Maybe it was over 100 million viewers easy that tuned into this past Super Bowl. So why not take advantage of that and go ahead and do something in trying to gain the trust of the voters, gain some of the young people. It was so many people that were tuned into it. Now, recently, President Biden was in a TikTok video. That's his way of trying to get the young voters, because hey, let's be honest, TikTok is very popular. TikTok is very, very popular. I feel like I said TikTok. TikTok is very popular. It gravitates to all young voters. A lot of people get their news from TikTok. They get everything from TikTok. I'm myself, I'm addicted to TikTok, but I'm addicted to like the food TikTok videos. Like seriously. Like I'll be in bed and I'm like, well, I can't sleep. Let me go ahead and watch some like cheeseburger TikTok videos or like ribs or some one of your like guilty pleasure foods, man. I'm a sucker for the TikTok videos. But but yeah, I wanted to bring this up because for those who tune into this podcast, you know how much I like to speak on politics on a local, state, and federal level. And I want to always keep you all informed, right? What are some good avenues to check out to the news, or to read up on the news to get your information, all that knowledge. John Stewart is one of those people, in my opinion. Bill Maher is one of those people. Roland Martin is one of those people. Um, who else am I forgetting? Dr. Rashard Ritchie is one of those people. Uh, um, Armstrong Williams is one of those people. Shermichael Singleton is one of those people. Uh, God, who else am I missing? Um, oh shit. Breaking Points is good. New. I mean, really, all those a lot of the independent commentators, David Paxson, I think his name is. A lot of the independent individuals are great to tune into, great to read up on, great to see what's their take on it. You could there's nothing wrong with news outlets. I take that back. It's only good if you take the time to watch all of them. All right. Take a day and say, okay, look, I'm just gonna watch all CNN today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna watch all Fox News. The next day, I'll watch all MSNBC, news affiliates. Like, take your time and watch all of them, and you start putting in your head, okay, which one am I going to which what is starting to make sense, because you can't just gravitate to one thing. You have to be very versatile when it comes to your intake of news, right? Because it's up to you. Nobody can force you who to vote for. Nobody can can force you to do anything or force your viewpoint. All right. So it's best to always hear all the sides. I listen to all the News Nation, MSNBC, Fox, Newsmax, CNN, and I mean, I listen to them all conservative podcasts, conservative radio shows, liberal podcasts, liberal radio shows, independent. I'm all the way, right? And I have friends that are affiliated with multiple party affiliations. I think I had a buddy on not too long ago, strong libertarian, right? Well, actually, he considers himself a little L libertarian. I have somebody that's a very strong progressive that will be coming on the show soon. I have someone that's very conservative. I want to give you all of it, because guess what? The United States is one big melting pot of a variety of people, right? We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different views, and we all are different, right? We all are different. So I wanted to start the show off with that one first. I'm gonna do a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'm gonna bring it back to some of the on a local side here in Virginia. Gonna be talking about the housing prices increasing, man. So let me get you all set up for that commercial break. When we come back, we have some more here on the Arrington Gavin podcast. So look, y'all don't change that dial. We'll be back.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
All right, guys, we are back here on the Arrington Gavin podcast. Look, before I move on to the next story we're gonna bring up, it is Black History Month. The show before last, acknowledge. I had a Black History moment by acknowledging a person that broke barriers that made a huge impact in the Black community, Mr. Matthew Henson, who was a explorer. This time I don't have an individual, but I will bring up the Black national anthem, referred to as the Black national anthem, "Lift Every Voice and Sing." The reason why I want to bring this up is because during, I don't know, maybe the past 4 to 5 Super Bowls, maybe 6 Super Bowls we've had, in addition to singing "America the Beautiful" and the United States, the national anthem, we've added the "Lift Every Voice and Sing" anthem, and it's still to this day, it's always going to be getting criticized, right? It's always going to be criticized. But once again, hey, us Black people, we always gotta continue to fight. We always gotta continue to persevere, and we're, hey, it's nothing's ever gonna come easy for us. But it's getting criticized by mainly conservatives because they're like, oh my gosh, there's only but one national anthem. Why is this playing during the game? This is supposed to be about uniting and blah 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 and blah blah blah. The ignorance, I tell you, is just going rampant these days. It really is. It's just, ignorant mofos are just, they out here in 2024. Andrea Day, a beautiful songstress, beautiful singer. She performed the "Lift Every Voice and Sing" song, which is the Black national anthem, recently, and it showed a lot of people, oh, this is my time to use the bathroom, this is my time to get some popcorn. A lot of people were moving, a lot of people were ignoring, and of course you already knew that conservative media had to say something. They had to say something. There's a gentleman by the name of, I mentioned earlier, Armstrong Williams, who I'm a fan of. I'm a huge fan of Armstrong Williams. He's a conservative political pundit. He hosts his own show, the Armstrong Williams Show. He's been in media for years. He even has ownership, I believe, in a media company. Very, very smart, very, very accomplished dude. Again, he's one of like the good conservatives, like you still need, in our society. But he gave his opinion on it. Now, actually, I'll share the video a little later on in maybe another episode or two. But he shared his opinion on what he thought. He basically said this is no place to perform the anthem. We only have one. It's about the United States, to unite, not one racist than the other. Okay. But what I always get frustrated because, and let me just read this first. This is on the the NAACP organization's page, Lift Every Voice. Okay. It says, often referred to as the Black national anthem, "Lift Every Voice and Sing" was a hymn written as a poem by NAACP leader James Weldon Johnson in 1900. Now, his brother John Rosamond Johnson composed the music for the lyrics. The choir of 500 school children at the segregated Stanton School, where James Weldon Johnson was principal, first performed the song in public in Jacksonville, Florida, to celebrate President Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Now, at the turn of the 20th century, Johnson's lyrics eloquently captured the solemn yet hopeful appeal for the liberty of Black Americans, set against the religious invocation of God and the promise of freedom. Set against the religious invocation of God and the promise of freedom. The song was later adopted by, another word, in the NAACP. It was adopted by the NAACP and prominently used as a rally cry during the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s. Here's the thing what people have to understand is this was a part of our history, just like the national anthem is a part of our history. So where is the issue? Where is the conflict? Where is this doesn't make any sense to play this? The National Football League, which is a football league that is, it is a part of the United States. It's a United States historical sport. They play America the Beautiful, an historic song, and they play the United States, which is a historic song. Why isn't that we can't have the lift every voice and sing anthem? Like, where's the issue with that? Because initially there was always trying to get this, but guess what? So many people wanted to stop that, and I wonder why. And it pisses me off because there's a congressman, I believe he's based out of Utah. Um, he is a Republican congressman who is actually a former Super Bowl champ with the Oakland Raiders, and he was on a news program that I enjoy watching from time to time. And they were talking about Super Bowl. He had his ring on. They're like saying, "Who do you have winning?" He's like, actually, I haven't watched the football NFL in about 5 years. I don't like where it stands. I don't like the fact that they disrespect the flag. I don't like how they added the new anthem and this and that. Like, bro, you forget, sir. The whole Neil, and that's a whole nother story. But I get so sick and tired the fact that people just think that, okay, when athletes turn to philanthropists and activists, they think that's an awful thing. They're like, oh, they need to stay in their lane. Their lane is to play sports and entertain me. I'm not coming for a protest or any kind of activism work. You forget they're public figures. You forget that young people look up to them. You forget they always have to still set a great precedence because they represent not themselves, not just their families, but they also represent the city that they play for. All right. So that's number one. Number two is you can have your opinion, what you think of the black national anthems. And when I hear the lyrics, and here's some of the lyrics right here. Lift every voice and sing, not lift a black voice, not lift a white voice, lift every voice, all people. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Okay. I want to read the whole song, but I don't. It might be some copy written and all that stuff. I'm no singer or anything, but please do me a favor, y'all. For those who support the show, and just to educate yourself, check out the naacp.org site. Read the lyrics, read the history, and do your deep dive on the anthem, and then rethink. For those who disagree with it, or for those who have such a huge issue about it playing during the anthem, like just think on it, right? Think on it, because I had to correct one of my and it wasn't really a correction, but one of my buddies that said, so what, we got two anthems now? What is this? What is this? We got two anthems. I'm like, actually this anthem has always been in play for years. It was an anthem where a lot of people during the historic civil rights movement sung because, hey, look, they were going through some shit. Okay, they went through hell, and man, nothing like a good hymn can help you persevere, continue to push, continue to keep on moving and moving on to the promised land. And that's what this song was. And it's such a beautiful song. Again, I highly recommend, especially during this month of Black History Month, listen to it now, but just not even for this month. Listen to it, regularly, just to get used to it, man. If you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, and I mean, I'm an advocate to learn on all cultures, because again, we live in the United States. It's a melting pot of different cultures. Why is always people are not up to change? The more you know, the more you grow. Stop acting like people are forcing you to learn. It's the way of life. I want to learn different cultures. I love having friends and family of all different races and political backgrounds, and even like their sexual orientation when it comes to my family and the LGBTQ IA plus community, right? I'm friends with everybody of all religions, Muslims, Christians, Catholics, uh you name it, the Jewish community. Like you have to be. I ain't gonna preach for y'all. Y'all ain't ready for me, y'all. Church, I ain't ready for me. I ain't gonna preach for y'all. But I just wanted to bring that up. Because I'm going past my time. So a story I wanted to bring up, y'all. In Richmond, Virginia. Now this is cutting it close to home because I'm a Virginia guy. Now Richmond is a different zip code. They're about maybe at like an hour and some change away. And this article is reported by the Richmond Times Dispatch. and it is titled Gen Zers Can't Afford to Buy. Well, there we go. They cannot afford to buy. If I can get that, Jane, cannot afford to buy houses in the greater Richmond. Jeez, taking forever to get that point across, right? And it says here. Let me hurry up and get this, Jake. There was a couple by the name. Let me go ahead and log that out because for some freaking reason, my iPad is not being my friend at the moment. So I'm gonna come out of this. There we go. There we go. And read up on it from here. So in the greater Richmond area, a gentleman by the name of Jacob Park wanted to buy a house in the Richmond area and set a budget of $350,000. Now, he quickly discovered that to meet his price point, he would have to buy a fixer-upper, a small house, or one outside, one outside the best school district. Or one outside the best. Okay. Living near his job, Western Henrico County, was nearly impossible. Now he's 26 years old. He's a 26 year old consultant. First of all, I gotta ask, these consultant jobs. Everybody's a consultant. I need to be a consultant. Shit. Everybody always a consultant. I made a new friend today and they were a consultant. I'm like, what in the world? Everybody is a consultant. But his budget, it shows here, he let's see, he bought a 4-bedroom home for $418,000. Now, to ease the stress on his checking account, he had cut back on dining out. That's something we both have to do. Oh, I say we both, my wife and I. That's one thing we are always continue to know. Okay, what are ways how we can do smart spending? Because we're still a very young couple. We're not in our 30s yet. We do own our a home together. We were fortunate to purchase that home during the pandemic period, so interest rates were very low, at least in the Hampton Roads area, and really for in all areas. But I think for him, the frustrating part is, and it's actually been a new study that they've been speaking on a lot during on the news outlets. So prices are on the rise. Home prices are it's very expensive to become homeowners. There's a lot of kids at the age of like, and they're not kids, but parents are now still having to have their kids who are like in their 30s still living with their parents because it's affordability, man. I mean, hell, I'm fortunate, I got my home at a reasonable price, but of course bills still get high. Certain grocery items are expensive, right? My wife and I, we are team happy hour prices. Okay, like we love to eat the finest of the finest foods, but we realize that we can't do that on a regular basis. Like my wife is very busy through her work, I'm very busy with my work, and when we get home, we always have to, we either will eat out or we'll get something to go. And then we do eat out on the weekend, we splurge, right? We really have to make smart spending, and that's for everybody, y'all. Please, 2024, make smart spending habits. So when it comes to, remember, if you're going out, drinks are going to be expensive. If you get an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, I mean, hey, that stuff is going to add up. So whether if you just want to do, say, an entree and a dessert, or do 1 or 2 drinks and just an entree, or like my wife and I are starting to pick up on is the happy hour prices. Happy hour prices are cheap. Now the food is not as good as what they what their regular food is, but I'm just saying during a weekday, depending on your work schedule, check out a happy hour, man. We have to make smart spending. It's showing here, okay, home prices keep increasing in Richmond area, and it has become increasingly hard for Gen Zers. Now, other young adults to buy houses here. Now, the median price in the greater Richmond was about $382 last year, a staggering 78% increase from a decade earlier. Now, that was according to the Richmond Associate of Realtors. Now, I have family that works in real estate, and I'll get their insight on that and share more with you another time on this platform. But I mean, it is very, very expensive, and sometimes I always have my my second thoughts on even should what am I trying to say? Should have I bro, this about to be a fucking blooper. I should have I should have probably rented, or should I could have gone the you know, just buying a home. Like, which one is better? Now, in my opinion, y'all, it's nothing like buying a piece of property. Like, being a homeowner, that is your that was my first big investment, was buying my first home. And then eventually, hey, look, now you know you can eventually turn that into a rental, and now that's a steady income, you know, coming in. I mean, like, it's nothing like being a home buyer. Now, it's nothing against renting, because you know, it's all about the requirements. Like, being a tenant, and if you're in a nice area, a nice home, or a nice townhouse, regardless where you're at, and you're a tenant, a lot of that stuff is relied on the owner takes care of that, or this, that, shit. You don't have to do a lot. Now, being a homeowner, all that's on you, right? If you have some issues happening with your plumbing, issues happening with this and that and that and the other, that's coming out of your pocket. So that's when the adulting comes. That's where you got to keep on working hard, saving, making sure you can pay these bills, right? But it's nothing like, you know, real estate is always great to have. And well, like, I invested in a couple of rigs, right? So those are my two things. Now, I know for some people are big on stocks. I'm still learning the whole stocks things. I've had, you know, my buddy Nicholas Olenek here on, who is very involved in the whole crypto and Bitcoin and all that stuff, and he's very knowledgeable with the numbers and, you know, with that. So that's his, you know, avenue. And like I said, I still have some learning to do with that. But I just thought this was a pretty interesting story to bring up, because this is a very familiar thing happening all over America. Cost of living is expensive, y'all. It's expensive. You know, for people that want to rent, I mean, you can't. It's hard to find, you know, places that are like, you know, I don't know, less than 2,000 a month. I mean, depending on where you're at. A lot of people are moving to more red states like Texas, Florida, where, you know, no state income tax, Tennessee. I myself, I mean, I'm like, shoot, let me get, you know, when I get successful, because, you know, right now I'm a multi-thousandaire. But but let me get some good chunk of money. I wouldn't mind having a, you know, a crib out in Tennessee or the Texas area. Shout out to Texas. I've always liked Texas, man. The food is great. The you know, now the comedy scene, I want to check out Rogan's new comedy club out there. But it's a, you know, it's where else? Carolinas are sharp. I mean, you know, we're closer to, like, you know, the North Carolinas, South Carolinas. But it's a lot of people that are moving more south, because it's just the cost of living is insane. California is one state that I'm like, what the hell? Like, we have family in California, and I mean, I have a lot of family in New York as well, and I love New York City. Love New York. All parts. I've always loved New York. Though that's another very expensive state, right? Um, but California is just that one where I'm like, I don't see the appeal. Like, you get earthquakes, you get forest fires, you get mudslides, and y'all expensive as hell. I don't see it. I just don't see it. But I enjoy visiting. You know, y'all got great restaurants, you got great a little bit of everything. But like I said, expensive as hell. Y'all can have it, and y'all got the homeless. The homeless rate is like crazy out there. So yeah, that's not for me. But me being in Virginia, Commonwealth state, it's not getting cheaper. But you just gotta keep on persevering, keep on getting creative, keep on um like I said, get creative with your finances. Invest wisely, spend wisely as well. Make smart spending choices and habits. Don't just splurge. This is a splurge. People got to realize, like, you got to be smart. You got to be smart when it comes to spending. Not stop acting like you're a big baller because that's what you see on social media. These influencers and people that you see on reality TV, that's just a character. In real life, their asses are broke. Okay, a lot of them reality stars, they don't pay their taxes. A lot of them go to jail for tax evasion and crap like that. Man, don't stop. Stop. That's all just that's that's all fake news. All right, it's fake news. That glamorous life, fake news. The life of the rich and famous, fake. It's fake. It's not real. It's not real. Save your money. Save your money. Okay. All right. Okay. Uh. uh. It's one of my many impersonations that I do. That's what I do outside of here. My wife is looking at me like saying, just please do not quit your day job. Do not quit your day job. Moving on to our last our last and final story of the day. All right, let me go ahead and bring this up. Give me a second. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and what comes after 3? Oh, and 1. Yeah, that's right. That's it. So this has been a trending story. A very funny one, leave you on a funny note. So this is reported by Fox News. Florida mom defends OnlyFans ad on car after parents at a Christian school complain. It supports my family. Now, it's coming up there shortly. So I heard about this story a while back because a Florida mom, had an OnlyFans decal promoting her OnlyFans page on her car, picking her kids up from private school. Now, I'm a private school grad. I've went to private school all my life. All my life. And even through college. Um it's very strict in private Christian schools. It really is. It's very strict. But on in this case, I'm with the mom. I don't think it's fair. So that article right there shows, or is titled, okay, she defends having the that on her car. Okay. Um when I first heard about the story, the first story was the fact that she was banned from picking up her kids because they're like, you can pick up your kids basically, but you cannot pick them up with that on your car. Now, my thing is, where's the issue, right? Because if someone's just coming to pick up their child, like who is it? Who is it defend? Who is it offending? Just the fact that you're driving on a private Christian school's ground. They're like, oh my god, do you see that car that just drove past? Oh my good, like what? That doesn't make any sense at all. Who are you offending? Are you offending the other parents that probably checked it out? Because how they find out about, how do they know what OnlyFans is? How would the kids know what OnlyFans is? And maybe I just answered my question. So are they saying that other kids will look that up? But here's the thing. Now you're saying kids have OnlyFans accounts? Looks like a personal problem right there. All right. You need to talk with their parents. Because again, how that's the lady's job. If the lady works for Pizza Hut and she drives in a Pizza Hut car, whatever, I mean, that's her job. People do it all the time with real estate, with insurance. You know how people have all their business on their car. That's common. So why is this offensive? Where's the issue? Now, the first story I heard that she was banned from picking up her kids from the school. That was one. Okay. This is one that was pretty recent. This is a report about People Magazine. I don't have this showing up on the screen up here, but let me bring that down a little bit so we can kind of center that. There you go. This is a report about People Magazine. It says Florida mom Florida mom says, I'm just like, what do you call OCD about like just perfect, like straight. Okay. This okay. Florida mom says her kids were expelled over OnlyFans decal on car. It's she commented, I never expected any of this. Now I'm gonna continue the story. Okay, Florida mother says her children were expelled. And let me actually bring that article up. Let me get out of here. Give me a second, y'all. While I read that. Okay. Oh, this multiple articles. Hold on, I'm getting some more. Okay, People magazine. Y'all got all the articles of this chick, don't you? So two different articles. I'm showing that one up here, and the one I'm gonna read right now. Okay, so it says a Florida mother says her children were expelled from a private Christian school after her OnlyFans car decal sparked controversy. Now, let me get this out the way. The expulsion comes weeks after Michelle Klein was told to cover up her prominent decal or risk being able to drop her kids off at Liberty Christian I need to read more books, y'all. Preparatory schools main entrance. Get that ad out the way. Klein tells People magazine tells People that she received an email on February 5th telling her that her children were expelled effective immediately. They were not allowed to come back there, even though I had obliged with them by staying off campus with my decal, she says. I still dropped the kids at school off campus, and my car was never on campus again from the time they told us. Oh my gosh. So now let's see. Okay, it says here in the February 5th letter obtained by People, Liberty Christian Preparatory School officials told Klein that their enrollment was terminated because she produced and distributed pornography via a pornographic website and advertised her account via vinyl lettering and images on your vehicles. Let me tell you something. They just made that up. They just created that. Where does all that say just in her OnlyFans account? Again, and I look, y'all, please correct me if I am wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong with this. The sad thing is, and we've had this conversation on my radio show, my co-host, the lovely Miss Michelle Young, who we call Hustle Queen because she is a powerhouse entrepreneur, business owner. She said in our society, women are always going to be making the most lucrative money women can make in the United States, in this world, is off our bodies. This is the way this lady feeds her family. I mean, it sucks, but especially being a Christian school, you should not reject or push away any individual based on the line of work they do. Okay, churches open their doors, to strippers, to hustlers, to pimps, to people that might not be doing good things in the world, might not be doing good things in order for them to make money, but thou shalt not judge. Okay, I'm no good. I'm continue to grow myself. I'm still a student, right? I'm a believer, and I'm always a growing, process as well. But This right here, I am not I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't agree with this school system. I think this is, once again, I mean, it's a private institution. They can do whatever the hell they want. But it's sad the fact that this lady is obviously she's paying tuition. She's having her kids in the finest schools in order for them to have a better life than what she's currently doing, right? Obviously, she's cool with having an OnlyFans page is making her good money. But trust and believe, I doubt it that she wants her kids to do the same thing. She probably won't judge them if they do, but she wants them to have a better life. Hence why she has them in a private Christian school. Let me tell you something. When I'm 28 years old right now, I'm 28 years old. When I was a student in private Christian school, there was a moment, and this was probably when I was in middle school. Tuition was 11 grand a year. That was when I was in middle school, and that was just for a private school here in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area. Now we have schools now that are pushing like 20 grand, probably maybe a little over 20 grand. Private school ain't cheap. Elementary, middle, high school, it ain't cheap. This mom is sacrificing putting her kids into the finest schools, and this school's gonna tell a person that's paying their asses to, oh no, you can't have that, and we're gonna expel your kids because you just can't be on the premises. We have to terminate your children. Why does the kids have to take effect? Why does the kids have to suffer? I mean, people need to grow up, man. People really need to grow up. But at the end of the day, hey, that's the ignorance that we have in our world, y'all. That's the ignorance that we have in our world. Um, in closing with this story, uh, it says here, um, the school did offer Michelle an opportunity to re-enroll her kids if she removed her decals, ended and took down any of all pornographic websites and social media under your control, and inform LCPS in writing if these actions and that you desire to sincerely seek repentance and restoration, per their letter. Now, Klein tells People magazine she's not going to back down, though she understands why the school had to take action. Oh, she's humble. Um, they have to do what they have to do because at the end of the day, they have hundreds of kids to look after, she says. So she's playing a humble card. She's playing, look, I'm not trying to, cause any issues, but she's not gonna, go out. She's not gonna leave without a fight. But she understands their decision. Um, but I again, you know, hopefully she can find another great school that is more welcoming than that, and then that's not gonna judge. But we live in such a judgmental society, man. So who knows? She might take her kids to public school, but regardless, man, I know, wish her family nothing but the best, and and nothing but great things for her children, because in my opinion, this is just a mother trying to uh you know uh give a good life to her kids, and provide them with great opportunities and all that good stuff. Guys, that is all I have for you today. But later this week, I'm excited. I'll be having my good friend. I hope to have him on either, I think it will be either this week or next. I can't remember, but coming soon I'll be having my good friend Dr. Eric Clavel on the show, and he is a political and legal analyst. He's been, he's on, as far as on the local news set here, WTKR, which is a CBS affiliate news station. He's their political and legal analyst there. He is the host of the Clavel Report, as well as State of the Water on WNSB 91.1 FM. The radio show that I happen to host a weekly weekly show on as well. So got my WNSB fam that's going to be on, and we're going to talk everything politics, local, state, and federal elections, because it is a big election season, and he is probably one of the smartest individuals when it comes to politics that I know, and I always love having a conversation with him. So I'm going to bring him on the pod, and we're going to have a great conversation. Once again, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this sit down with your friend, your homie, Continue to tune into the pod every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time via podcast, and 5 p.m. the new time, now 5 p.m. Video version, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via YouTube and Rumble. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, R Smooth Club Media. If you are a Rumble user and subscriber, please subscribe to the Arrington Gavin podcast on Rumble. What else we have going on? That is all. This is episode 71. 71, y'all. Episode 71. Time is flying. Also be sure to tune into my weekly radio show in your city on WNSB 91.1 FM, the Soul of VA, every Sundays at 12 p.m. If you are not in the Hampton Roads area and you can't find us on that radio dial, no worries. Do me a favor and download their app, the WNSB app. It's free. You can listen live from there. It's hosted by myself, along with my good friends, comedian Ciroc Fox, Hustle Queen Miss Michelle Young, and of course, I always have to acknowledge the awesome work, Hybrid Production, our amazing producer, Mr. Cam Godley, and our camera guy, Alvin Hunter. Got a lot going on, y'all. Have a lot going on, but please continue to take the time and just, support good content, support independent content. We are a very grassroots pod. I'm just here just having a good time talking with you all, my friends, the listeners, the viewers out there. So until next time, my friends, I will see you guys on Friday. Take care.